Douglas Daniel Ross was born in 1911 in Fernie, BC, where he was raised. Kathleen Blanche McClellan was born in 1925 in Coleman, Alberta, where she was raised. Douglas served in the Army and then transferred to the Air Force, where he served for 4 years as a wireless air gunner in World War II. After the war, he chose to apprentice as a watchmaker at Chalmers Jewelry Store in Coleman, Alberta, in the Crow's Nest Pass. It was there that he met the store clerk, then by the name of Kathleen, while she was working there. They were married 2 years later. In early 1950, Douglas and a fellow war veteran went into a partnership to purchase a jewelry store that was up for sale. Douglas and Kathleen then moved to Humboldt. First, Douglas drove with his business partner Bill Graham by car. Later, Kathleen came by train with their 2 young sons, Bill and John. They established a new jewelry store called Graham and Ross Jewelers. Douglas became the sole proprietor in 1958, and the store was renamed Ross Credit Jewelers. In 1975, the store transitioned again and was renamed Ross Jewelers Limited. Kathleen and Douglas extended their family eventually to 7 children, including Bill, John, Marianne, Catherine, Maureen, Douglas Jr., and Gordon. Douglas was involved in the Lions Club and was acting president for several terms. He was the president on the Board of Trade, and he also ran the Red Cross swimming program for over 25 years. Douglas was also in charge of the maintenance and repair of the town clock for 29 years. He was also a railroad watch inspector, where railroad workers' timepieces had to be checked and certified regularly. The Ross family was infamous for attending hockey games, baseball games, golf tournaments, gymnastics, figure skating, and equestrian events. It was nothing for the Ross family to fill the car and drive for 2 to 3 hours to a hockey or baseball tournament or attend some sort of sporting event. Douglas always had a twinkle in his eye and never had a bad thing to say about anyone. He always said if you do not have anything nice to say, do not say anything at all. He loved people from all walks of life and welcomed them into his life. He was an intelligent and humble man that appreciated all the gifts in his life and never took anything for granted. He was a most patient, loyal, and loving father, husband, and grandfather anyone could wish for. The couple and family made many lifelong friends whose friendship they cherished and endured throughout their lives. Douglas died in 1979 and is always with us in spirit. Kathleen has also contributed to the community when the children were young. She remained at home raising them but worked in the store at busy times like Christmas or summer holidays when employees went on vacation. Later, when the children were older, Kathleen went into the store full-time and became an active business partner with her husband. Kathleen was active in many of the bridge clubs over 60 years. She was instrumental with initiating gymnastics. She was active in the figure skating culture as well. She loved figure skating so much she became a figure skating judge and went to many rinks in the area to do so. To this day, she is still a figure skating enthusiast. Kathleen and Gordon continued to run Ross Jewelers until 1987. Kathleen retired and then moved to Osceola, BC, where she resided for 17 years. Kathleen now resides in Blairmore, Alberta, in the Crow's Nest Pass, where she was born. She enjoys spending time with her sister and enjoys spending as much time with her 7 children and their spouses, her 10 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren, and the many friends she has made. The Ross family often reflects on the many fond memories and experiences that had grown up in Humboldt. We would like to thank the Humboldt and District Chamber of Commerce for bestowing this great honor on Douglas and Kathleen Ross.